Hi, my name is Annie, and welcome to the Walking Word, where we go through the Holy Bible in a year as part of discipling. We are currently reading the book of First Samuel, and we are in chapter 16. Samuel is sent to Bethlehem. And we're just coming back from an interesting chapter, chapter 15 of First Samuel, where we see Saul was reproved by God. He's already been dismissed. His kingship has already been torn from him. Now, it's already happened in the spirit. It hasn't really revealed itself in the natural yet. But let's see now. First Samuel chapter 16, Samuel is sent to Bethlehem. The Lord said to Samuel, "How long will you grieve for Saul?" Because remember, they've known each other now for almost 40 years. So Samuel has been part of Saul's growth, So this is a father who's grieving that his son didn't make the cut, right? He's human. Again, God asks, the Lord said to Samuel, "How long will you grieve for Saul, whom I have rejected as king of Israel?" Like, finish your mourning already. Fill your horn with oil and be on your way. I am sending you to Jesse of Bethlehem, for I have chosen my king from among his sons. From among his sons. Okay. But Samuel replied, "How can I go? Saul will hear of it and kill me." To this the Lord answered, "Take a heifer along and say, I have come to sacrifice to the Lord. Invite Jesse to sacrifice, and I myself will tell you what to do. You are to anoint for me the one I point out to you." Okay, so Saul is still king, as much as in the spirit God has already taken it away. There's still time for it to manifest in the natural. Verse 4, Samuel did as the Lord had commanded him. When he entered Bethlehem, the elders of the city came trembling to meet him and inquired, "Is your visit peaceful, O seer?" Remember, back then they used to call prophets seers. And when you see a seer, you're already trembling because you're like, "Oh my goodness, what have we done? What is the Lord coming to say here?" Because that's what a prophet represented then, was the voice of God, an oracle of God. He replied, "Yes, I have come to sacrifice to the Lord. So cleanse yourselves and join me today for a banquet." He also had Jesse and his sons cleanse themselves and invited them to the sacrifice. As they came, he looked at Eliab and thought, "Surely the Lord's anointed is here before him." But the Lord said to Samuel, "Do not judge from his appearance or from his lofty stature, because I have rejected him. Not as man sees does God see, because man sees the appearance, but the Lord looks into the heart." So we judge people externally based on what they wear, based on their height. There's some people who are tall, big, heavy, but they could be cowards. Then you have people who are tiny and slim, but they're the most ravaging, bold people you will meet. So God doesn't judge like that. He doesn't look like at outward appearance. Then Jesse called Abinadab and presented him before Samuel. So the first one God denies is Eliab. Then another son of Jesse is called Abinadab and presented him before Samuel, who said, "The Lord has not chosen him either." Next, Jesse presented Shammah, but Samuel said, "The Lord has not chosen this one either." So this is when a parent thinks, okay, surely must be this one. Oh, it has to be the firstborn. I mean, either way, all firstborns belong to the Lord, right? Or, oh no, or it must be this big and mighty son of mine. Or no, oh no, I have another intelligent child. Like, this child just always outperforms everyone in school. So it must be this one. And God is still like, nope, that's not the one. In the same way, Jesse presented 7 sons before Samuel. But Samuel said to Jesse, "The Lord has not chosen any of these." Then Samuel asked Jesse. Now, this is rejection. Can you imagine when a visitor comes home and is inquiring about your children, and you present all children and forget one because you're just like, it can never be that one. It can never be that one. So you don't even acknowledge that you have any other son somewhere. To you, you've presented everything you could have presented. The Lord has not chosen any of these. Then Samuel asked Jesse, are these all the sons you have? Jesse replied, well, there is still the youngest who is tending to sheep. Well, he's just a shepherd. Samuel said to Jesse, send for him. We will not begin the sacrificial banquet until he arrives here. Jesse sent and had the young man brought to them. He was ready, a youth handsome to behold and making a splendid appearance. He was ready. He was reddish. He was a different color. Maybe rough around the edges a little bit, but handsome, and had a decent appearance, and he had a good appearance. And when the Bible calls you handsome, like you're really, really cute. Samuel said to Jesse, send for him. We will not begin the sacrificial banquet until he arrives here. Jesse sent and had the young man brought to them. He was ready, a youth, so he was young and handsome to behold and making of a splendid appearance. The Lord said, there, finally, anoint him, for this is he. Then Samuel, with the horn of oil in hand, anointed him in the midst of his brothers. And from that day on, the Spirit of the Lord rushed upon David. When Samuel took his leave, basically Samuel left, he went to Ramah. So back to Ramah, where he used to stay. The Spirit of the Lord had departed from Saul at this point, and he was tormented by an evil spirit sent by the Lord. So God sends an evil spirit to someone. How can God send a demon to you? So the servants of Saul said to him, please, an evil spirit from God is tormenting you. If your lordship will order it, we, your servants, here in attendance on you, will look for a man skilled in playing the harp. When the evil spirit from God comes over you, he will play and you will feel better. Saul then told his servants, find me a skillful harpist and bring him to me. A servant spoke up and said, I have observed that one of the sons of Jesse of Bethlehem is a skillful harpist. He is also a stalwart soldier. Besides being an able speaker and handsome, moreover, the Lord is with him. Moreover, the Lord is with him. Accordingly, Saul dispatched messengers to ask Jesse to send him his son David, who was with flock. Then Jesse took 5 loaves of bread, a skin of wine, and a kid, and sent them to Saul by his son David. Thus David came to Saul and entered his service. When visiting a king, when visiting people who have earned their right in whichever area of grace God has called them, always good to carry a gift. Anywho, thus David came and Saul entered his service. Thus David came to Saul and entered his service, the service of Saul. Saul became very fond of him and made David his armor bearer, and sent Jesse the message, allow David to remain in my service, for he meets with my approval. Whenever the Spirit of God seized Saul, David would take the harp and play, and Saul would be relieved and feel better, for the evil spirit would leave him. So which evil spirit is this of God that would come upon Saul? Because it keeps on repeating itself. Whenever the spirit from God seized Saul, David would take the harp and play, and Saul would be relieved and feel better, for the evil spirit would leave him. Remember, Scripture says that God is the father of all spirits. He's the father of all spirits. Like he created every spirit, actually, the good, the bad, and the ugly, all of it. And so when God sends something, why would God allow some level of wickedness to happen around Saul? It's because Saul has, number one, made the decision to choose a life outside of God by disobeying his commandments. So when you reach at that point, that level where God has warned you the first time, the second time, the third time, at some point he lets go and allows you to pursue that which you desire with your whole heart, which is wickedness. And for you to operate with wickedness, because scripture, how can light walk with darkness? It's impossible. So you live a life walking alongside these demons and these spirits. That's basically what it is. We move to chapter 17, where we are challenging Goliath.